Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. Today we're keeping it simple again and we're gonna make another birthday card. And I'm using a color story that I got off of Pinterest. I save a bunch of them on Pinterest all the time and I've never used them. I really want those color cubes from Sarah and Nate Clark, but they're just like way too much money, especially with the Canadian exchange rate to the US dollar. It's really bad right now. And also Canada Post is still backed up. So there's really no point in me buying it. And I can get, free color stories over on Pinterest. No problem. So, save myself a few dollars. I decided to, pick somewhat more masculine colors. I know there was like flowers in the photo, but a lot of them I think are just like AI generated floral photos from what I've been saving lately, and they just do it in different color schemes, which is fine. And I just picked whatever cardstock colors I had that were close to it, and not necessarily 100%. It does provide the hex code, so if you did want to use those color stories in, digital artwork, you could use that. But for card making, I just try to match it up as close as possible. And we're going to be using this Mama Elephant set that I bought a while ago. It's called It's Poppin'. It's a bunch of cats and party balloons and whatnot. And it was in my bin of things that I've still not yet used. So as of today, it's now been used, so it can be put in with my regular stash. And we'll just slowly get through that bin. I am adding quite a bit more to it. I did get one order in from Spellbinders that I ordered when they had their buy one get one sale on in November. I got a whole bunch of stuff from one of my viewers, which I will also put in the haul video when I get the other two packages I'm waiting for. But yeah, I have a lot to use and I should go through my stash to get rid of some things as well. So I'm gonna do that eventually. Anyway, back to the card. So yeah, I'm just coloring the two cats and the balloon image, and then I'm gonna use the I hope your birthday is poppin' sentiment. So I'm coloring an orange tabby, and then I have a gray tabby, so I'm gonna color the bigger one like my fat cat, Ash. He's my chunky monkey and the love of my life. He's a little turd sometimes, but they all are. And anyway, so I tried to pick colors that would either complement or somewhat coordinate with the other colors. I could have picked one with like a bigger color scheme in it, because there are ones that have like 3 colors, 5 colors, 7 colors, whatever. But I decided to go with the 3 here. I had another one that I wanted to pick, but I don't have any like mint colored cardstock. It was a nice like minty green, similar to what I used for the balloon, and then like a shade darker, and then some grays in there. So I might need to get either some mint cardstock or just ink blend. I should have like a minty colored ink in my collection that I can just like kind of make my own cardstock. You could also make your own cardstock just using markers, especially since I'm doing like skinny strips of them. Like they're not like super big or anything. So now that I'm looking at it, I could have done that. But I just wanted to use up some scraps. I have all of my scraps in accordion folders, so I try to use those up when I can, and they matched pretty well to the colors that I did pick. So anyway, so now I'm just coloring the balloon. I did stamp this in a slate ink, which is a I guess mid to dark toned gray ink from Simon. I usually use it for stamping my logo on the back of the cards, but once in a while I'll use it for stamping as well. When I was coloring this, it really does fade out, so I would stamp again, as always, after you're done coloring. But I decided to stamp the image in black just to give it a little bit more contrast. But when I restamp these stars in the balloon, I actually stamp those with the slate ink. I was actually debating on not restamping them just because they are in the balloon, so it kind of gives that illusion of them actually sitting in the balloon. If you know what I mean, like it gives that faded look. and I ended up just restamping them with the slate ink, and then I stamped the whole image in black instead of doing it in the gray again. And I'm just fussy cutting these right now because my room looks like a craft warehouse exploded in here, and there's stuff sitting on top of my cutting mat and in front of my machine and whatnot. So I was way too lazy to clean it up at that point in time. I will probably end up doing it at some point tonight, but not right now. I wanted to get this filmed and edited first for upload tomorrow, which is today for you guys if you're watching it on Friday, January 10th of 2025. But yeah, so I just ended up fussy cutting this out, which again, I'm not a huge fan of, but you know, I do it sometimes when I'm lazy to do my cutting machine, which doesn't make sense because the cutting machine helps. But again, it's like it's setting it up and everything, and I have done it for one image before. I do it quite often actually. But again, my room's a hot mess, so I just left it and fussy cut it. And now I'm just placing it on the card so I know where to put the sentiment, so I don't have to stamp it on a strip or something. I'm just gonna stamp it directly on the card base. This is, again, like a pretty simple card for today. I'm not doing too much, and we're gonna leave it as is pretty much once I put the image on. And I'm going to pop it up using some foam tape. And once that's done, I'm actually going to color the white border around the cats just where the stripes are, because I wanted them to kind of like blend in and look like almost like you stamped them in the space there, and that it's not just like an image that was slapped on top. So I go through my markers and pick out colors that are similar to the cardstock colors that I have. I'm usually actually pretty lucky in that, and I can find matching colors pretty often when I do this technique. But I think it really makes the image look nicer, and it, you know, hides my messy fuzzy cutting. But anyway, that's our card for today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know what your thoughts are. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here. Next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll have videos because it will be launch weekend, and official launch will be on the 20th, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, thanks guys, bye.